Hello students, welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to discuss common pathway for all the substrates. We know apart from the glucose, there are protein and fats which also take part in cellular respiration. And the degraded forms of protein and fats also join the same respiratory pathway of the cellular respiration at certain level, at certain points, which we will discuss here. And we will also discuss about amphibolic pathway. What the amphibolic pathway and why the respiratory pathway is called as amphibolic pathway. In this session, we will discuss all these things. To understand the common pathway for glucose, protein, and fats, here we will recap the glycolysis, the stages of the glycolysis in concise way. Glucose is the main substrate for cellular respiration. From glucose in glycolysis, there is next stage in which the glucose 6-phosphate is produced, and thereafter fructose 6-phosphate. After that, the fructose 1,6 biphosphate is produced, and after that, 2,3 carbon compound dihydroxyacetone phosphate is produced, and the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. And by this 3 carbon compound, the glycolysis continues. Firstly, the 1,3 biphosphate glyceric acid is produced. Thereafter, 3-phosphate glycerate or glyceric acid is produced, and from it the phosphoenol pyruvate is produced, and from it ultimately from phosphoenol pyruvate pyruvic acid is produced. That is the ultimate compound of glycolysis. And in the case of one molecule of glucose, 2 pyruvic acids are produced. They enter into Krebs cycle. Firstly, here acetyl coenzyme is produced and which enter into Krebs cycle. This is the Krebs cycle. Clear? And in the case of glycolysis, here one ATP is consumed, and thereafter here one ATP is consumed. 2 ATPs are consumed. But here we are getting NADS2. NADS2. Clear? So for 2-glyceraldehyde, because here both the glyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone are interconvertible. So ultimately 2-glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate take part in further biochemical reaction and 2-pyruvic acids are formed. And here we are getting one ATP, and 2 ATPs here, ATPs or 2-glyceraldehyde. Clear? So by this way, up to glycolysis, in the case of glucose, we get 2 NADS2. Clear? And 2 ATPs. 2 ATPs. 2 ATPs here. So by deducting these 2 ATPs, ultimately we get 2 ATPs. These are the overall glycolysis for glucose. Now we will discuss regarding protein. Protein. After glucose, fats are degraded to take part in the common pathway of the cellular respiration. Thereafter, protein. During degradation, the proteins are degraded into proteases and amino acid. The main amino acids. Amino acids consist of two groups, amino group and carboxylic group. After deamination, here deamination takes place. After deamination, the amino acids take part at pyruvic acid level, and then continue up to the Krebs cycle, and thereafter the electron transport system and oxidative phosphorylation. Here one thing we should know, after glyceraldehyde, 2 pyruvic acids are formed for the 2-glyceraldehyde. Similarly, if the particular protein is going to be degraded into 10 amino acid, try to understand here. That means here at the level of the pyruvic acid, 10 amino acids are going to participate or going to take part in further biochemical reaction. And by this way, 10 pyruvic acids will be produced and which will continue the further participation in Krebs cycle, and accordingly we will calculate the number of reducing agent or ATPs. Now we will discuss regarding fats. During cellular respiration, after glucose, the fats may take part in cellular respiration. And during taking part in cellular respiration, they degraded into two forms, glycerol and fatty acids. The number of fatty acids and glycerol depends upon the types of the fats. If the fats is monoglycerate fat, in that case, one fatty acids and one glycerol are formed after degradation. if the fat is diglycerate fat, in that case two fatty acid and one glycerol are formed after degradation. And if the fat is triglycerate, in that case three fatty acids and glycerol are formed. Now we will discuss regarding their participation. The glycerol join the common pathway of glycolysis or cellular respiration at the level of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Here, join here. And according to the number of glycerol which is participating, if the number is 1, then we will calculate the number of reducing agent NADS2, FADS2 and ATPs at the end of oxidative phosphorylation. But here the fatty acids join the pathway at acetyl coenzyme level. At acetyl coenzyme level. After beta oxidation, beta oxidation, the fatty acid join the pathway of the cellular respiration after pyruvic acid. That means at acetyl coenzyme level. And according to the types of fats, monoglycerate fat, diglycerate or triglycerate fats, we will calculate the number of NADS2, ATPs and FAT2 onward up to the completion of the cellular respiration, that is the oxidative phosphorylation. This is the description of common pathway. Now we will discuss regarding the amphibolic pathway. Amphibolic pathway. What the common pathway is called as amphibolic. In the case of protein and fats particularly, these are the special type of substrate which take part in cellular respiration. For glucose there is no problem. Glucose are favored and principal substrate for cellular respiration to generate energy. After glucose, according to the requirement of the body of the organisms or plant, the fats take part in cellular respiration, just जो है कि by joining the pathway, common pathway at certain level which just we have discussed. Similarly, after fats, that means firstly जो है कि glucose is the principal which take part, glucose is the principal substrate which take part firstly in cellular respiration, thereafter fats. And after fats, the protein takes part in cellular respiration and join the pathway as we discussed just before. But whenever the requirement arises for regain the proteins as well as the fats, even after degradation of the fats and proteins, their degraded forms, that means the fatty acids and amino acids are withdrawn from the common pathway of cellular respiration to synthesize the fats and proteins respectively. That means their degraded forms again synthesize the original forms. By this way, here we are finding Firstly, these components, these substrates get broken. After that, again the resynthesis takes place. Very, very long back, it was thought that cellular respiration is only the breakdown of substrate. That means catabolism. Breakdown of any type of the component or material during biochemical reactions is called as catabolism. You know that the biochemical reactions in which particular material, particular compound is broken down is called as catabolism. And the biochemical reactions in which the synthesis of some compound takes place is called as anabolism. And the catabolism and anabolism together called as metabolism. In the case of cellular respiration of fats and protein, both the biochemical reaction of catabolism and anabolism take place. When there is requirement, these respiratory substrate take part in cellular respiration and join the common pathway just we discussed before. But whenever there is requirement of protein and fats respectively, their degraded forms are withdrawn from the respiratory pathway, common pathway. Suppose there is sudden requirement of protein again. The amino acids which joined at pyruvic acid level are withdrawn to synthesize again the protein. Thus here firstly the degradation or breakdown of the protein takes place and thereafter the synthesis is taking place. So both the catabolic reactions and metabolic reactions are taking place here. Clear? Similarly, fatty acids join at acetyl coenzyme level. Clear? And glycerol is participating at this level. When there is requirement of the fats, requirement arises. The fatty acids are withdrawn from acetyl coenzyme level and glycerol from glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate level to synthesize the fats again. So in the case of fats also, both the catabolic and metabolic reactions are taking part. And the biochemical reactions in which both the catabolic and anabolic reactions are taking part. And that means here the overall metabolism is taking part. So this common pathway for the proteins, glucose and fats is called as metabolic pathway. This is the overall description of common pathway and amphibolic pathway. And by this I am going to conclude the session. In next session we will start the new chapter. You students continue with us and share our videos to your friends, subscribe our channel, get benefited as well as help the institute in promotion of YouTube channel. Thank you very much.